Yeah, this is my third camp now. So I was in this time last year for the first time. So it's good to be back, seeing the lads again. We had that bit of crack over in New Zealand, and it was a brilliant tour. So good to reconnect with them lads. And yeah, we came off the back of an interprovincial game. So it's good to see how they are after that.
What about your own performance, I guess, since then, like the summer in particular, it went so well for you? Like, what's been the feedback for you from the coaching staff about where you can go from here?
Yeah, it's just really like kicking on, and in like there's a lot of big games to come, but yeah, I was happy how them games went over in New Zealand. I know it was 2 Mara games. The first one probably weren't at our best, and then it was good to turn the page quickly and get the win against the Maras in the second game, and ultimately capped the test off at 3-2 final score. So for me, coming back was just pretty much getting as much game time as I could, and unfortunately I picked up a few niggles at the start of the season against Benetton, and it kind of hampered me. I didn't get to play the Ulster the Sharks game. I missed the emerging tour with Ireland, but it's good to be back now. I got 60 minutes against Munster, so happy to crack on.
Playing in multiple positions as well, you know,
yeah.
I know lots of people have sort of joked about being Swiss Army Frawley and whatever, but where do you, like, does it matter where you play just to get into the team, or are you trying to show them you can do anything? What's the plan?
It's kind of the best of both worlds really, isn't it? Like, it's nice to have a position, but also in the back of your mind you have a World Cup coming up, and the versatility card can always benefit you in terms of selection for that. So look, I can't be, I suppose, is it too greedy the word, but I'm happy to play minutes, and that's the main thing for me at the moment. I haven't played a lot this season so far, so it's just about getting the minutes, whether that be at 10, 12 or 15, which have been the 3 positions I've been playing over the last season or 2.
Thanks, Greg.
No problem.
Having been involved in multiple camps at this stage, how eager are you to get out on the pitch and get that first cap? Yeah,
like we were only watching a video this morning of our time over in New Zealand, and just pretty much all the special moments we had off the pitch after the tests and stuff like that. And I suppose when you're part of it and you're playing the test and win the series, it's incredible, and just gives you that bit of hunger to want to be a part of it. I know obviously we played in 2 Mara games, but the test games are the big ones that you want to throw the jersey on for. So hopefully this time around, third time lucky, we might throw on the jersey for a test game.
How do you deal with the hype and expectation? Because like there are plenty of people around who see you as being the heir to Johnny Sexton in an Ireland under 10 shirt. Is that something you're aware of? How do you deal with that?
To be honest, it's my mates that fill my head with it. I try to stay away from social media as much as I could, but yeah, they inform me enough, and why aren't you playing 10 bloody blahs? Look, I'm just trying to play as many minutes as I can. So yeah, again, it comes back to what position do I think I'm playing. I should play. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to really figure it out. But it's good to be getting the experience in multiple positions, and they'll hopefully, if it comes down to nailing one position, it'll help me in terms of understanding what you want from a 15 or a 12 or a 10. Do you know?
Can you tell us a bit about your relationship with Johnny in terms of learning from the playing pitch and kind of working with him?
Yeah, like Johnny's unreal to have him. Like, we're so lucky to have him in Leinster and here. Speaking for all the lads, without knowing it, we're actually learning a lot off him. You can see a lot of the way lads are playing is very similar to Johnny, and picking up little things like it could be just holding the ball at the line that last second that he does so well. But then he'd also give you a lot of, it'd be constructive criticism almost, that like he'll want to get the best out of you. And I think when lads are playing with Johnny, they always bring their game to the next level, because like they understand what they're playing with, the standard they're playing with as well, you know. So yeah, he's brilliant to have.
How did you find playing fullback at the weekend?
Yeah, at the start of the week, found out there was a few lads laughing, and a few second rows thinking I was coming for their position next. But yeah, it was enjoyable. Like, it's again for me, like this season, before that Munster game, I played a bit off the bench for Zebre, about 15 minutes, then 45 minutes against Treviso. So to play in that Munster game was, we can get 60 minutes was really good, and whether that had been at 15, 12 or 10, like that was the biggest point for me was just making sure I got the minutes.
There's obviously a few lads carrying knocks in camp. How confident would you feel if Andy you just do a job at 15 next week?
At 15? Yeah, like again, it's just covering your detail and picking it up as quick as you can, because it's a new system. There's new calls, new structure. So at the moment today, it's very detail driven. Tomorrow's the same, and then towards the tail end of the week, we'll look at ramping it up. But once you cover your detail, and I played 15 with Leinster, I played a good bit with the A's there, so I'd be comfortable to slot in. You know, it's just covering all that detail really.
And just you mentioned you watched a video of the New Zealand tour this morning. Can you just give us a bit more detail on that?
Yeah, so it was pretty much just after, it was a few like tries and whatever, and big moments throughout the first, second test, and then leading into the celebrations on the pitch after the third test. All the feelings going throughout the squad, the emotions were high, and kind of goosebumps stuff watching it back. So I'd say for the lads it was incredible. Like even being over there, it was an unbelievable experience. But being a part of playing and being a part of a winning series squad is what I'm looking to get after and try and get that first cap.
Ciarán, is it just in your own head? Tactically, is it better that you play in positions to go into a World Cup environment where you're probably more useful to a squad in that situation? Do you think of it like that?
Well, yeah, I suppose for the coaches, it'll always be a good thing if they can have a guy that's versatile or whatever. But yeah, as I said, at some stage I want to maybe knuckle down on the one position. But for the time being, I'm just enjoying playing rugby and getting as many minutes. And then if that's at 15 or whatever.
If you go to a World Cup and you're picked to play, what number?
I have to get my first cap here first. Yeah. So. To be honest, I won't be looking that far ahead, but yeah, just do my best to get this, whether it's playing the New Zealand A game and go from there, play well in that, and look at hopefully one of the games, Fiji or Australia, if the body's feeling good, and then back to Leinster, you have big games with them in the European Cup, and then there's also Six Nations before that World Cup, so there's a lot of big games coming up, so it'd be hard to pinpoint one position really.
Good footwork. Ciarán,
was there a coach that maybe influenced your decision to be that first squad, or was it always in your own head to play in many positions, or did someone say to you, look, I think this would be good for your career if you could play?
No coach really ever said it to me, but I suppose when coaches look at the players they have, they can see what they have and what can fit for the squad. So it was actually just before COVID, I'd played all 10 with Leinster, and then when I came back after COVID, England played the style with Ford and Farrell, and we tested it out with Leinster a bit, and then they liked how it operated, and I played a bit of 15 with the A's, so it all just kind of came after COVID really, and it's obviously good to be versatile, but yeah, in terms of a coach, I wouldn't say there was any coach that really said it to me or whatever, but as well, playing football when you're younger helps you to kind of jump in and out of them positions.
And at the moment in camp, there's the first team and then the A team, so do you feel that fierce competition for places now? It's a little bit different.
Yeah, there's a few of the A lads that still have to come in, so there's a 37-man squad at the moment, yes. And then I think there's going to be about 50 of us next week, so you can feel it already, but even next week when the lads come in, it'll be even more heated. So yeah, it's good for the squad though. Competition's what you need to make a good squad.